Hello and welcome back to day 3 of the Lowering Your A1C and Beyond training. I'm Lauren Bongiorno, your diabetes health coach, and today we are diving into exercise and blood sugar management, which is always a very popular request in my Instagram DMs or in the Together T1D Facebook group. So I'm really excited to be able to take you through this today. So first, we're going to talk about common frustrations that you may be feeling around having diabetes and exercise and blood sugar management, and then we're going to go into 3 mistakes I see people make a lot of the time, as well as what to shift your focus on with each of those mistakes. So if that sounds good, we're going to dive right in. So common frustration. So the first one is, obviously, this is probably the most obvious one, is going low, going into a workout, feeling really motivated, and then having to stop because your blood sugar goes low, and then you're waiting for 15 minutes, waiting for it to come up. Sometimes you jump back in the workout again and then arrows down and then you're sinking back. That can be really frustrating. Another one though, to counter that, is going high maybe during the workout, towards the end of it, the tail end, or afterwards. And this can be frustrating because then you're likely maybe going into a meal afterwards, and then you're going into the meal with a higher number, and that's setting the tone for your day, especially if you have a morning workout. So that's another frustration. Another one we hear a lot of, me and my team, is increase in calories. So you know that you go low during a workout, so you're constantly like chugging juice before or eating a lot to buffer that. Sometimes that is, contributing to an increase in calories. Sometimes it's also contributing to a higher blood sugar number, and then you're defeating the purpose of, trying to balance your blood sugars by eating something, small beforehand. So that's another challenge. And then the last one here for frustrations is not trying a new workout. So your friend calls you up and she's like, hey, I really want to try this new boot camp style class or this cycling class, or let's go on a run. And you're nervous and you're like, I have no idea what's going to happen to my blood sugars. Do I need to bring glucose tablets? Like, what should I do? What if I have to stop? And all these thoughts going on in your mind. And so these are the most popular ones we hear. And if you fall into one of these camps, know that you're definitely not alone. But let's shift the focus on now, like what to do about this and how do we go into workouts and have stable blood sugar numbers and end at numbers that are in range. It's totally possible. I do it. You guys see me, I post a lot of it on Instagram, but it's to inspire you and show you what's possible. So number one mistake that I see a lot of is, first, assuming that all workouts drop you low, okay? Assuming that you're going into a workout, you're gonna go low, you have to turn off your pump, put a temp basal on it, eat a lot before, assuming that all workouts drop you, but that is not the case. So when we have aerobic workouts, they're the ones that are most likely to drop you low. And then when you have anaerobic workouts, those are the ones that are most likely to increase your blood sugars. And this has all to do about your hormones, about your liver function, and what's going on there. We won't dive in too deep there for the purposes of keeping this training video short and digestible for you. But just knowing that depending on what type of workouts you're doing, you don't have to have the fear of that you always go low, or if your general workouts always drop you low, trying a new workout, you may also not drop low. It might not be the case. And just to expand on this, aerobic exercises, things like, let's say, steady state cardio or going swimming, going on a light jog. Aerobic, think burpees, box jumps, sprints, things with short bursts of energy. Number 2 here, we have avoiding new workouts, or if you're recently diagnosed, avoiding workouts that you used to love. Like, I know that I've talked to people and have people come through our courses and programs that are like, I used to be a runner and I want to get back to that, but I run for 5 minutes, my blood sugar starts to tank. And so for this one, I don't want you to avoid those workouts that you want to do. I want you to be able to cross train. It's so great for your body to have a mix of a bunch of different workouts, and also for your excitement levels, and not having to do the same workouts all the time, and to be able to challenge your body. And so with this, the solutions, and these are kind of like the mistakes, and then we'll look at the solutions after. And actually, so this, we'll say this is part of the solution here. And then for this one, the solution to this is really understanding what needs to be done, not just during the workout or like 5 minutes before, but before, like up to 2 hours before, during, and after, okay? And so before, I think most people really start to understand their body with exercise, they look at this before, during, after as like 10 minutes before, during the 45-minute workout, and like 10 minutes after. But really expanding that time frame and saying 2 hours before you start the workout, and it could be impacting you up to 24 hours after that workout, which is crazy, but if your workout's intense, that's definitely a possibility. Really expanding what's possible for you there and how you see that. And then the third mistake a lot of people make is really accepting it. Like for me, this is the most frustrating thing to see. It's like just accepting it, like, oh, I'm just always gonna go low during my workouts, or oh, I just always have to be chugging juice on the sideline, or I just always go high from that workout. There is an amount of insulin and tools and techniques you can use to match what is going on with your body. And the things that you wanna focus on here are food, your understanding your hormonal patterns, understanding your rates that we talked in on day 2 on video 2, and then what type of activity you're doing and for how long you're doing it, what time of day, really diving deep into understanding how all those factors play. And so these are things that I want you to focus on here. They start to skim the surface of really delving into exercise and blood sugar management. And so I wanted to kickstart you with these certain ideas. So that concludes today's training. Thank you for watching. I'm so excited to see you on the live training tomorrow. This is really special. We've created a special path for each one of you, whoever's coming to the call, very dependent on where your A1C is now and what your goal is. So if your A1C is let's say a 8.5 and your goal is a 7.5, you're going to have a certain kind of roadmap, and we're going to take you through that. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.